So I've been looking at lyrics to older songs, and I found a song that said, "Wouldn't it be nice if you were older? Then we wouldn't have to wait so long. And wouldn't it be nice to be together in a type of world where we belong?" Kinda sounds like pedophilia. But welcome, y'all. Welcome to this week's episode of Talks with Taboo. Welcome to this week's episode of the podcast. I know it's been a couple weeks since I've done an episode, but just been getting the studio ready. And if you're watching this on YouTube right now, welcome. You're the first people to see this visually. And if you're listening to this on the road or at your house or, wherever the fuck you may be, howdy. And thank you guys for tuning in. We got some great guests this week, and we're changing the format of the podcast. We have 2 guests every single week, not at the same time, 20 to 30 minutes with each guest. So I hope y'all enjoy that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But, man, the guests this week are just some fucking dope-ass people that I've wanted to talk to for a minute. So with that being said, let's get into this week's episode of Thy Podcast. Come here, girl, is that ass fat? Let me take my tongue and go right in the dirt track. I met a girl and her booty tastes like strawberries. I swear to God, this could be the one that I'm marrying. Hey, hey, and she's so damn fine. I made that from behind. I met a girl and her booty tastes like strawberries. Joining us now is a man who likes to smoke things out of other things and likes the hair of a lighter color. If I was to use his formula, I might be called Beers and Buttholes. He is the EDM Snoop Khalifa, Mr. Blunts and Blondes, everybody. What's good, baby?
What's good, man?
Thank you for coming on, dude.
Thanks for having me, man. Can you hear me well?
Yeah, just fine, dude. Absolutely. Everything's good. I actually might just turn you up a little bit on my end, but yeah, everything's perfect. But, dude, so you're getting high right now. Like, do you even get high anymore?
Yeah, definitely. I think I do. Because when I wake up in the morning and I don't smoke, it's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think I definitely don't get to where I used to be till, I can't move from the couch. But,
yeah, at what point? Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, at what point did weed start smoking you?
Shit, not too long ago. When I realized that I was doing everything in my life for marijuana, I realized that I had a problem. But then I just like embraced it, and I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna be blunts and blondes, right? I'm gonna tell my family I'm just gonna do the weed thing, see how this works out, and I'm still smoking. So.
That you are, dude. How did your parents respond to, like, whenever you tell them, yo, I'm about to just do this weed thing, man? What were their reactions to that?
My mom and dad split up when I was younger, and then moved away and everything. But when my dad moved out, I was in 7th grade, so I obviously made the dumbest decision. It was like, fuck it, I'm gonna take advantage of this. It's just my mom in the house and my brothers and sister. I'm gonna go fucking be a fucking jack off and smoke all the weed I can and do all the fucking drugs I can, just everything. I was just fucking idiot, really.
Yeah.
And so ended up, my mom was just tired of it, called the cops on me when I was at school. I had a couple like packs in the car, and then I went to jail, got kicked out of school for that. And then my mom felt kind of bad, so she sent me to live with my grandma for my senior year. And then I had to do drug tests for that senior year to graduate. But after that, they were like, you know what? If you're going to smoke weed after all that, you must really like it. So I guess it's not that big of a problem. And then I went to college, and then I dropped out after Blunts and Blondes was a thing. But that's another story.
Yeah, you said it was all dumb shit, dude, but honestly, it might have been dumb at the moment. And thinking back on it, it might not be that dumb, because it might not be where you at today if it weren't for shit like that, dude. I mean, look at you now, dude, smoking the weeds. And getting paid for it in a way, you know what I'm saying, dude?
In a way. Thanks, man. No.
Nah, man, that's fantastic. So you weren't even trapping, bro. You was just smoking, huh?
I wouldn't say trapping, but I was, like, I don't know. I guess everybody was kind of trapping,
Yeah.
If you lived in Florida and you had a couple weed, if you had weed on you in Florida, you were trapping.
Dude, speaking of Florida, man, I wanted to get your opinion on this fucking congressman or some shit out in Florida. You might have saw this shit on Twitter. Let me pull this up. It's K.W. Miller for Congress. He said EDM music. First off, fucking idiot starting his sentence with EDM music. That's like me saying, dude, I'm lit as fuck AF. Like, it makes no sense, dude. EDM music was meant to promote drug use among the millennial population. Notice the opioid epidemic started right around the same time that the EDM craze started. Avicii knew and was ready to reveal it, but they stopped that from happening. Drugs are a scourge on our nation. How do you feel about this fucking idiot in Florida running for congressman?
You know, I think it's I think I just got tweeted. I tweeted this. I tweeted that tweet and was just like, what the fuck is wrong with this person? And then somebody got back at me and was like, people who tweet this are just giving this guy a platform, and it's giving more people are able to agree with them. And I'm like, wait a minute. I think this is such a dumbass statement that everybody that has a brain should say this is fucking retarded. Like, this is stupid. Like,
Right.
this is not real. But I mean, I'm from Florida, and I regretfully say I'm surrounded by a whole bunch of ignorant people. But like, there's a whole bunch of not ignorant people here too. So I hope
Yeah,
this
dude.
guy doesn't give Florida a bad name. But
Florida gives itself a little bit of a name, bro, because that's a place where you go to die, I feel like. You know what I mean? People who go to
I'm
Florida.
dying here.
Yeah, people who go,
Facts.
they never leave, dude. They stay and they die.
I love this place.
It's pretty sick, dude. It's got that vibe, though, dude. It's like, if I was here, I'm probably going to die here.
I like your place. Louisiana's fucking nice.
Yeah, it is a good time, man. It is a good time. It's actually funny, man. The first time I tried to meet you was whenever, this was like 2.5 years ago or something like that. You were playing at the Republic, and I was in the green room, and I was trying to just say hey, but there was so many fucking people surrounding you trying to smoke blunts. Like, just so many people trying to smoke weed with you, man. Has that gotten old where it's just like everyone's just trying to give you weed blunts, everyone just wants to smoke? I know they're just excited, but was there a point you were like, damn, dude, like, I'm just smoking hella weed with all these people, I wish I could just chill out with these blunts for a minute? If with the fans, maybe you can do them yourself, but like, I'm sure like the fan part probably gets a little crazy.
Well, let's get one thing straight.
All right.
Free weed is never bad.
Right.
Ever. Like, I'm for that. Free drugs. But you're right with the whole, I'm sure it gets hot at shows, I get anxious and shit, and sometimes I just want to go smoke a blunt. But at the end of the day, like, if I really have to, get anxious for a couple hours and, just to give some people a couple of really cool experiences, like, say they smoke with me, if that makes them happy and shit, I'm going to do that. It's not really that big of a deal to me, but, everybody, it doesn't just relate to DJs. Everybody, there's those times where you just want to go in your room and stay away from me. But I can't really do that when I'm being supported so much. I can't really just turn it off. You know what I mean?
Oh, I feel that, dude. I have motherfuckers coming to me with beers that are already like holes in them, and like, we shotgunning this bitch or what? And I'm like, and then I say no, and then like, oh, you fucking pussy, dude. You know I'd beat you, and then I'm like, I gotta do it at that point, bro. They talk that shit.
And you
dude.
will. You do.
I will.
The
I
last
always
time I
do.
saw you, I forget when the last time I saw you was, but the memorable time, I forget what I was with Steven, and he was playing some like silent disco in his club.
Yeah.
And I saw you for like 2 seconds, and you were. Pew! I don't remember when. I think it was Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras. Yep, Mardi Gras.
Holy shit! You were on some other shit. I don't even think you recognized me, and then you did, and then your eyes do this thing when you're drunk, where one of them goes low.
And one of them looks through you. Like, one of them looks completely through you. Like, I'm looking at you, but I'm just like not looking at you at the same time. I'm looking.
Devin
through
does
you.
the same thing.
Dude, Devin's wild as fuck, dude. I actually wanted to talk about being on the road with that fool, man. I had him on the podcast, and he actually was passed out on my floor after the podcast, dude. He's a wild man. I love that dude so much. How was being on the road with that wild Cajun bitch?
I love him very much. He helped me, I'm sure as he helped you throughout my life, just being a positive experience, just being around him. It was funny watching him, like, I mean, I've been on tours before. I went on, the bus tour with Jesse and Subtronics, and then I went on the tour with like Cod Dubs and Bomber and everybody and Hesh on the planes. But he's never been on a tour. So it was really funny seeing like his eyes wide every single day, like holy shit, like what the fuck,
Right.
like and people coming to really excited to see him and come see his music. He hates himself more than anything. He hates his
Yeah.
music and shit. I'm
He's
like, you're
really hard
so.
on himself.
I know, and he would show me and Subdoctor all of his music that he never puts out on the bus, and we're like, bro, like what the like you want some other shit. But besides that, like he was so fucking funny, man. We were always turning up, always waking up to some dancing some Uzi or something. It was just so much fun being on the bus with him.
Yeah, dude, that's actually something I did want to bring up because you're actually talking about the tour, the Hotbox tour.
Mhm.
You know, how far was it into it whenever y'all had to postpone it? Were you almost done, or were y'all like about a halfway point?
We were exactly at the halfway point. I had
Yeah.
46 shows and we played 23 shows.
Damn, dude. Yeah, I know it probably sucked. Are some of those shows getting rescheduled, or are they just like, are you just gonna have to chalk it up to it is what it is? I'll come back whenever.
Um, at first we rescheduled all of them, but we were rescheduling and then like pushing it back with whatever the news was about COVID. But now it's just seeming like it's kind of pointless to reschedule, and we might as well just chalk it up and then focus on another tour when we're able to come back whenever that is. The hard part is staying relevant till then and staying motivated till then. It's very difficult.
No, I
But
feel that, man. You gotta try new things, and you ever been with a guy? You gotta try new things, bro.
I might, I might try it.
No, but you did mention being on the road with Subtronics, Jesse. So I got a question for you, dude. All right, Subtronics, Subdoctor, and Baldy. You got to kill one, marry one, fuck one. Go.
I'm killing Subdoctor. I hope he's listening. I'm killing the fuck out of him. And then I think I'd marry Jesse for the longevity and security,
Mm-hmm.
and like, I know he would be passionate for a while. But definitely for a good time for the night. I'm bringing Baldy back home.
Hell yeah, dude. Out of all
Yeah,
the
yeah.
out of all those people, who would you say is the messiest person to be on the road with out of those three?
Me,
You.
dude. I felt bad. I felt so bad. I mean, like, Baldy was kind of messy, but you could tell that he would, he didn't sleep because of all the Adderall, and so he would just be up in the morning cleaning all of his mess real quick before we wake up on the bus. But Subdoctor was like pristine. He never nothing. He was so good and so respectful, but I felt so bad just like waking up and to all my vodka Red Bull cups and blunt guts everywhere.
Yeah,
It was
I can believe
bad.
it, dude. I know whenever I was on your bus in DC, you were like, yeah, man, there's like a fine for smoking on the bus as you lit it up, and I was like, bro, what the fuck are you doing?
Well, it was either not smoke on the bus for 3 months or just pay one fine, and wasn't even. I ended up just paying the fine. It wasn't even that much of a fine. It was just like if you smoke in a hotel room. If you smoke in an apartment, you don't get your deposit back.
Yeah, it's just fucked, man.
Same shit. And I was
Well,
like, might as well just not get the deposit back and have a good time.
fuck it, dude. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Dude, what would you rather give up, blunts or blowjobs?
Blowjobs.
For real?
Hands down. I would give up
Well,
sex for weed.
yeah, hands down, ass up, get you back on your feet. Hands up,
Facts.
ass up, get back on your
A-
feet.
Everything up.
Everything up except for
At
your
the same-
boner because you're just smoking blunts.
Yeah.
Dude, I actually wanted to talk about the name, not how you got it. I don't like, it's pretty obvious how you got it, dude. I want to talk about maybe some of the heat that you got for the name. It's you live in the South. It's a name that literally promotes sex and drugs, even though weed's not a drug and blondes and sex. But in a way, in some public eyes, blunts and blondes can be viewed as this taboo thing. What are some of the ways, what are some of the ridiculous things that people said to you, and how have you dealt with it? Like, what do you tell these fucking people who are like, oh my God, this guy's promoting drugs and sex?
I've been called like a womanizer for being blunts and blondes. Like he just cares about sex and drugs. I've been I had a hard time for a while getting gigs at clubs when I first started being blunts and blondes because they didn't want blunts and blondes on the flyer.
Yeah.
Um, and really all you can do is just show I try to put myself out there a lot more than I feel comfortable with, but only because I want people to show like see my character and like see that I am a professional. Like for instance, like when I tour and I go to shows, I'm really high, but I'm always there early.
Mm-hmm.
I never cause a problem there. For like the promoters, I always am trying to be as punctual and as respectable as possible because I know what they think about me when they book me. I like if they don't know me, I know what the idea of like this guy's just gonna bring a bunch of weed and bitches back in here. It's gonna be a problem, and that's I try to bring the opposite. I try to like bring cool vibes and just like not a lot of people, and that's the only way you can combat it. Because I can say all day like this is not true, but nobody's gonna give a fuck until they see with their own eyes that I'm just a kid who smokes weed and shit. It's like it was a hard thing to deal with, but like at the end of the day, I'm still getting battered with shit every day and it hurts a lot, but I really can't do anything about it. So I have to train myself every day to just kind of like focus on other things in that, like positive things, rather than trying to go up to find like look my name up on Twitter, see these like shitty tweets or anything, and going on their shit and combating it. I try to like call my homies or like get on Xbox or something, and that makes it a little bit easier for me.
Yeah, man, I gotta take a note from you, man, because I see someone talk shit, and I'm just a shit talker at heart, so I'll just get right back on their ass, bro.
Yeah, yeah, but it's funny though.
It is funny.
You're really good at it.
I really enjoy it, dude. I really enjoy it, dude. Was there ever a time where like you thought of like, man, maybe the blunts and blondes thing isn't the thing? Maybe was there ever a time where it was too much? Like, man, I might change the name in the beginning. Now, obviously, you're like, fuck the haters. I'm rich, bitch, and then you fucking whip your dick out and roll a blunt on top of it. Who knows, man? But was there
My dick's
ever a
not
point?
big enough to roll a blunt on.
All right, a
but,
joint then. All right, a joint. Well, then,
Yeah.
like, was there ever a time where it might have seemed too much?
Like overwhelming,
Yeah, like
the
when you said
lifestyle.
people weren't booking you because of the name and stuff like that. Did that ever get like discouraging? Where like, man, maybe I need to change the idea of like the brand and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was really discouraging, man, because I was this was right at the point where I dropped out of college and I really was trying to do this shit. And I had a friend, Brandon Sutton, and we had like a little collective smokehouse. We started in Tampa, and it was like a collective of producers who were just trying to hang out together and shit. And they really kind of pushed me. There was a lot of times where I was like, "Yo, fuck this! Just gonna go back to college and like make some money." But they really pushed me towards just keep on working because that's all it takes is just consistency and hard work and something will happen. So that's
What
where.
would you have done if you went back to college? What would you do? Like what are you into other than this music stuff that you could see yourself doing a career in, and an alternate life?
I want to work at a golf course. I wanted to be a golf pro at a golf course and run all the finances and everything at a golf course, like run tournaments through there. I was gonna go to Q school. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's there's a difference between a PGA pro and a pro golfer. You could be a pro golfer on the tour like Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy and make a lot of money, or you could be a PGA professional and basically teach golf and be a golf professional and be work at country clubs in different areas and stuff like that, and work with the PGA. But you're not in the professional league. You have to be a baller to do that. But you're just like you're somebody who knows golf very well and who can give lessons and do shit like that. And in order to run a golf course, you have to be a Q school qualified pro. So I was gonna do that and go back to school for finance, and then basically run a golf course in Orlando that I grew up on.
So you
So
love golf, huh?
I love it,
Hell yeah. How's that swing?
dude. I haven't been to the range in a while. I picked up frisbee, like the disc golf. I've played that. I've been playing that. I went out yesterday. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? It was yesterday, and it was just hot. I passed out a little bit. I got
Oh
the
yeah,
stars,
dude.
passed out.
Oh yeah, Florida summers, man. It was the heat index the other day here was 113, dude. I told the Lord to go fuck himself, and I went back
Do you guys
inside.
still have mosquitoes? Because I don't notice any mosquitoes here anymore, and it's kind of
Oh yeah,
freaking me
well
out.
yeah, y'all got that little bit of that. Depending on where you are, I mean, y'all got a little bit of that beach breeze, depending where you're at, and so we got mosquitoes. We in the swamp, Daddy. You know we got the mosquitoes, man.
Yeah, but we usually have mosquitoes too, but I haven't seen these mosquitoes in like 2 years.
Yeah.
It's bothering me.
No, dude, they fucked me up actually. Like I have scars all over my arms and shit. It looks like I shoot up, dude, but it's really just fucking mosquitoes, man.
You shoot up.
Yep, that's it, dude. All this energy is from heroin,
Heroin.
smoking
Hell yeah.
crack, bro.
Black tar.
Yeah.
Would do
Well,
this
dude, being
shit.
out in Florida, you actually played a show during a time when shows aren't happening. Isn't that correct?
Yep.
How is it getting a bunch of people sick, man?
Yeah, that's what people said. That's what everybody said. It
I'm
was,
sure you got some heat for it. You know I gotta fuck with you, dude. I don't mean it at all, bro. More power to you, dude.
I was expecting it, but yeah, I really don't like. Everybody said it was safe. Like the government said it was safe. The club said that there was measures that were gonna be taken, which obviously weren't when I showed up there. It was like this is just a club, and I played the show. I mean, my team told me, my team and my best judgment told me it was like it was safe enough and fine. I got tested for it, and I was fine. And I don't know anything to say about it. I have shows now. Now there's more information coming out, and that's been coming out after that. You know that I've had to cancel shows now. I had to cancel this Atlanta one that's coming up on this weekend. I think pushing that back, but it just sucks because like there's so much information out there, and I really am trying to be sensitive talking about this, but like
Yeah, I'm
I
not trying to get you
really
in trouble, bro. I ain't trying to get you in trouble. You ain't got to worry about me trying
oh
to do that, man.
I know
I just
that
know
I
that
know
you,
that
you got on the other side that's done it, and I'm sure you got a lot of heat for it, bro. And honestly, you thought you were doing best, so those people hating on you, you can tell them to suck your cock, dude. But I just want to see how you feel about it. Now, you didn't say that. I said it, dude.
I mean, like, there's a point that's coming up that's like I feel it about to happen in my life where I just say fuck it, just period to everything. But I'm
Yeah,
not there yet.
yeah,
But I don't want to say I made him as like I'm sorry for playing the show because I'm not sorry for playing the
yeah. Then
show.
don't say you're sorry, bro. You ain't got to be sorry, dude. Just like say like my bad.
I just want yeah, I want people to take the information that is given and really see where it's coming from, you know, analyze and see like what's true and what's not. I think everybody should be wearing masks when they go outside.
Yeah,
I think everybody should be respecting each other. I think everybody should be safe. I think people should be paying attention to what's going on in the world right now rather than I think it's more important than anything to be very informed
yeah.
right now.
I
So
totally agree, man.
because it's very important. We have no idea how history books are going to be written, and it's very important for us to remember exactly what happened so we can push on the true story.
You think there's some stuff, some deeper stuff going on where they're gonna make some new history books that ain't true?
I mean, the same thing happened in the Civil War. Same thing happened, and same thing happened for us. I went to elementary school in Texas, and in Texas they make you take Texas history every single year. And we grew up learning about the Alamo. We grew up learning about the Texas Texas American, I forget what it is, the war. It's all wrong.
Yeah,
It's all the winner writes the stories. You know what I mean? And it's crazy how we just keep on repeating history over and over and over again, and it's because the stories aren't told truthfully that we can't learn from our mistakes.
right.
Crazy.
Right. Dude, it is crazy how these southern states be like pushing some weird classes in schools and shit, man. Like
Facts.
they taught us some weird shit in school. I remember there was a time whenever I was at school that they had like a big rally in the auditorium or whatever, and it was these people who were like doing like they were Christian people and they were like preaching to us like legit like a preacher sermon. And there was people trying to walk out because there's people of different religions and stuff like that, and the school was stopping them. They said, "You can't come out of this place, bro."
Yeah, I remember a lot of like religion shit when I was younger, but I grew up religious, so it
Yeah,
didn't really bother me as much. But it kind of bothered me when I look back at it, and I'm like, this is borderline brainwashing. But
yeah, dude.
it is
Especially
what
when
it is.
there's people other religions, they're like, you can't leave. You got to sit down and listen to this. Like that's fucked.
Yeah, and it's not even like they're like just giving information and you can do what you want with it. They're just like, this is what it is, you know.
Yeah. Well, anyway, dude, I want to
So
shift gears on this, dude. So I want to talk
Sure.
about the come up, dude, because your come up from the people's point of view, it seemed real fast. You know what I mean? And it seemed like it just happened, like Blunts and Blondes just popped out of nowhere and just popped off, man. Why do you think that? I mean, is that true? Do you think your come up was really fast? And if you do think so, then like, why do you think that was? Why do you think it was fast, or why do people assume that it was that fast?
Compared to other DJs that I've talked to and friends, I mean, I guess it was faster than normal. I started DJing in college and started DJing around Tampa at like parties and shit and local clubs as just a resident.
Yeah.
And then I got picked up by the EDM club in Tampa, which was the amphitheater at the time, for playing like house music. And I was playing there, and they switched me over to the bass night, and that's when I started playing bass music. And that's at when I got my residency at the amphitheater. That's when I was learning how to. That's when I picked up Ableton, and my homies were teaching me how to produce. And so I was trying to make shit at that like that. Hey, 420. Hey, but I was just trying to make what I can to start playing and stuff like that. But my manager Alex picked me up, and he was working at the amphitheater at that time, and he was like, "Yo, I think I can manage you. I think we could do this." And my other manager, Hope Lansing, she doesn't work for me anymore because she's in the weed business now. But shout out to Hope. But they were social media gurus. They were fucking geniuses at this shit, and I was not. I was not good at this stuff, and they were so good at like targeting, geo-targeting, the importance of constant content, whether it be music or my face on your phone, on your feed. Even if you didn't know me, every single time there was a time period where like if you didn't know if you opened Twitter and you scrolled down, you would see something that said Blunts and Blondes.
Yep.
It was a weird time period, but it worked.
Yeah.
And I think that was the huge catalyst of like what popped me off the most is because there was a lot of people really making great music and really doing crazy things, but nobody was taking social media seriously. They were just like going off of, that's back when SoundCloud was like the shit. And
Yeah.
like, but nowadays it's just like, if you don't, I feel like I wasn't the first one, but I was definitely very, very heavy on the social media type shit,
The marketing,
pushing that
branding. Yeah.
way hard. Like
Yeah.
I was spending money on that shit, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, just like as much as I could for branding. I did that, and I think that's what kind of popped me up the most. There was a couple DJs that were playing my music, like Boogie T. Also, me looking like him kind of helped out, which was kind of funny, but it got annoying after a while because it would be like me and Brock would be at a festival. We'd be playing the same festival, but we're not together. And I'd have like people come up behind me and be like, "Oh, yeah, what's up, Boogie T?" And then I'd turn around and they'd be like, "Oh, my bad," and then just turn around.
Dang.
And for a, for a while, that sucked, but it was I don't know, funny moments.
Helped out a little bit. I had people tell me me and Vector look alike. You know Vector out of Alabama?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
people
boy
say
making
that.
crazy music.
Yeah, his music's sick as suck. People tell me that we look alike, and he's a handsome man, so I'll take it.
He is
So
handsome. You're handsome too.
I appreciate it, dude. You ever let that hair go, bro? Just fucking let it go.
Let it down.
Yeah, dude. Whenever
It's
you're playing
crazy.
shows, I see it up, man. Let it
No,
flow, dude.
it gets in my headphones.
Oh, well, let me
You
see
want me
that
to
flow,
shit-
bro. I want to see it on the camera. Show the
I don't
people.
know if I can. It's not a heavy flow. You know what I mean? It's good. I can't get it out right now.
How long you been growing that shit?
This is about like 3 years now. 3.5
Hell yeah.
years.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Good.
So,
But
so
I can't wear it when I'm DJing because it gets caught in my headphones. It gets tearing out.
That's true. Yeah, I do see the DJs rocking the long hair. It looks hella cool. Like whenever like I'm in the crowd and I see their hair going everywhere, it looks super cool. But then I think about it, I'm like, dude, and I'm seeing them constantly pull it up.
It's not
boom.
cool.
Yeah,
It's not cool.
It looks cool though. I think it does at least.
Well, it might look cool, but it hurts. It hurts so bad.
I'm sick of getting hurt, dude. You know, and that's why I trust you. I know you won't hurt me. Okay, I feel like I can be vulnerable around you, Mike.
Same, buddy.
No, so you mentioned your old manager went to the weed business, dude. Do you ever think you're gonna have your old weed strain?
We're working on it right now. This place called 710 Labs. I think we're still doing that. I don't know. COVID has kind of messed up a lot of things.
Yeah.
But we've been talking to them. Trying to open a grow with my agent. So that's gonna happen too. I'm definitely gonna be. I've
In the weed business.
Yeah. Blunts and Blondes is dope and all, but weed's here forever.
Hell yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Do your throats ever get fucked from that shit anymore, man?
So I think it's like when I switch things to smoke. Like
Yeah.
if I smoke doobies or I smoke like somebody brings over like a different wrap, then yeah, it fucks up my throat. But if I just stay with my backwoods, then it's really just really smooth.
Dude, I had to give up weed, man. I got to a point where I just started freaking out when I was smoking. I'd start talking about shit like me and my buddies masturbating in the same room when we were in 8th grade. Like just saying shit that people didn't need to know, you know? Yeah.
I mean, I remember my first circle jerk, man. It was pretty wild.
Yeah. Was it just, okay. Yeah. Wild. You don't want to go any details, bro?
I mean, there's 3 of us. I think we were watching, what's that movie? It was like Toy Soldiers.
Toy Story.
No.
Yeah, we're jerking off to Toy Story.
It was a different toy movie, but yeah, all 3 of us.
Was it the one with Seth? No, that's the one with food. I don't know, man. Who knows, dude? But anyway, dude, I appreciate you for I appreciate you for your time, dude. I got one more question, man. So, like, we got all this time on our hands. You know, I'm sure you're in the studio working on a lot of music, and it's probably hard getting people in a session right now if you're trying to do a collab or get a feature. But if you could get a feature from somebody, let's do. This is a 2-part question. If you could get a feature for somebody, anybody, not in the electronic scene, doesn't fucking matter, just in music, who would it be?
A$AP Rocky.
Hell yeah, dude. What about a collab?
We'd make some crazy music. A collab?
Yeah, if you could collab with somebody in the scene, who would it be?
Fucking Subtronics.
Have y'all not
I
made
don't know
one yet?
why y'all won't fucking make music. I've tried, man. I've tried.
Y'all went on a tour together, still ain't happened?
Dude, I've tried, man. He's always just like, I got to come with the heat for him, you know? And we make different styles of music, so it's kind of hard for it to click. But someday, I know he'll wake up and be like, I'm going to make a fucking song with Mike. It's going to happen.
Damn, my camera just cut off. Oh, there it goes, dude.
Oh, it's back on.
What the fucking
no
shit?
Signal.
Oh, it just cut off, man. Oh, well then I'll just end it there, dude. Someday, somehow, I'm going to make it all right, but not right now. You feel me? Well, anyway, bro, I appreciate you coming on to my show, man. Big fan of all the shit you've done, dude. You've been a guest I've been wanting on for a long time, dude, so I really appreciate you, buddy.
Well, Mitch, I hope that I can do this again sometime soon. I really appreciate having me on here. I just want to say one more thing.
Yep.
2 more things.
Yep.
One thing, the first thing is to you. All the music that you've been sending me lately has been fucking phenomenal. Crazy.
Aw.
Dude, I love it.
I appreciate that, man.
Thank you so much for it. And second, if you're watching this, thanks for supporting me. Thanks for supporting TVBOO. Thanks for supporting Mitch. Thanks for supporting everybody on these hard times. It really does mean a lot. Thank you, guys.
You're the man, buddy. I'll talk to you later, all right, dude?
See you later, bro.
Peace out. And that was Mr. Blunts and Blondes, man. What a fantastic guess. I think he smoked about 3 blunts during that fucking episode right there. Wow. Dude, I don't know who I'd be anymore. I really don't know the version of myself that I would be. And that's crazy, man. It seems like he must have really got a lot of heat for doing that show in Florida. Look, y'all, here's the thing, man. Everybody's adults. You know what I'm saying? If you're going out during COVID times, you know the risk. All right, don't hate people for making their own decisions. But what do I fucking know, dude? I'm just a DJ. I don't know. Let's get to our next guest, though. Joining us today is a man who has been in this scene for a very, very long time. He's now a teacher, he now runs a label, and now he's a house owner. Ladies and gentlemen, my shit-talking friend, Protohype.
Yay.
What's good, brother? damn, son, where'd you find this? You ran out of trap samples. I put you on it.
God, I was like,
you're thinking. I saw you thinking, dude.
Not for the weak-hearted.
What's good?
The Empire.
How you doing today?
I'm doing well. It's kind of a rainy day in Nashville. I'm about to go play some basketball.
Dude, how are your hoops, man?
Well, I'm getting back into it. I don't know. Not many people know this, but I had some crazy health shit going on with my legs. Like, just some like wild nerve damage shit that happened like 5 years ago and was like basically just crippled from athletic activity for a long time. And I'm just now kind of like getting better. So I'm just kind of testing the waters. So, I might be that dude, that corner 3 dude for a little bit until I get my handles back, and basically can't run, which is, or jump.
Well, I mean, you kind of need both of those things to play basketball.
I know, but unless you're playing the old Jewish men's league, like you might be able to slide with like the low creep behind.
Are the old Jewish men, are they good at basketball?
I don't know. Yeah, no. No, that's the point. I'm saying that like
that's what I'm saying. I was like,
you can get by. Like if I go and play with the old Jewish men, my local Jewish community center.
Right. You just drop a penny and then they'll go for that instead of the ball.
Oh fuck!
I can make that. My manager's Jewish, so I can make these Jew jokes.
Yes. Okay, that's fair. You slide.
I have a Jew pass.
Okay. Is that what it's like? It's like a yes. The Jew pass. That's accepted.
Right, dude. Well, dude, you're out in your new house right now, huh?
Yep, in the new house. Been here for like almost a little bit over a month. Still unpacking boxes.
Hell yeah, dude. I mean, if it was me doing it, I'd already be done. But I'll let you slide for being a little lazy, okay?
I know for a fact you are lazier than me. I just do.
Oh, okay.
I just know you are.
How you know? How you know? Well, can you tell? Is it the scent?
Let's see. I was out here at 7 a.m. this morning doing push-ups and yoga. Were you?
No.
Okay. That automatically makes me less lazy than you.
Dude, I guess so, man. All right, I'll let you have a win on this. Actually, no, dude. I was up all night editing music and working on videos, dude.
Well, that's exactly what I do for a living.
Yeah, dude. That's what I do for a living as well.
Well, I'm proud of you.
Well, I'm proud of you too, man. I appreciate you. How long did it take you to find that house?
It took me like 2 weeks. I saw a couple houses. The first house I saw, I put an offer on, and honestly, that was definitely it was weird. So I put an offer down, and I lost it to like a big like contractor. Basically, they just came in and went like 30 grand over the asking price just so they could tear the house down. And it honestly, it felt weird. It felt like I got violated, kind of like
yeah.
I felt like I got broken up with or something like that. Like when my realtor called me and was like, sorry, it's gone. You're gonna have to move on. It's not happening. I was like, ooh, I feel weird. I don't like this feeling. It was a bad feeling because I was like, it was just a great house, but everything happens for a reason type situation. I'm glad it didn't work out because the house I'm in now is much smaller, a little bit more realistic for me. So I'm glad it worked out. So yes, I only saw like 4 houses. So I don't think that's normally how it goes. But
no, I hear people talking about how it's like a big, like it takes a minute, man.
Yeah, it didn't for me. I mean, it took me a minute to get the bread, but when it came to actually hunting, then the other thing was, since this quarantine shit, there really weren't that many houses on the market. It was like, yes, it's probably a really good time to buy a house, but it's a really good time to sell a house because, I don't know, I would go and see a house and then it would be gone. Like if I didn't go cop it that day, there were a lot of houses where my realtor would be like, yo, come check it out. And I would look at it and I'd be like, all right, cool. Like how's later today? And she'd be like, it's sold. I'm like, God, dog. Yeah. God, dog. I can't wait for that shit to be me, man. Like I'm going to be very, very poor for a long time.
Yeah.
But then in like 10 years, I'm going to be a tiny bit rich.
Hell yeah. Just a tiny bit, man.
Just the littlest bit. It's like that paycheck you get like 10 years later after a music release.
Right.
I finally got that 30.
Did you ever think about going and threatening those people who bought that house from you, under you, dude?
Yes.
Thinking, like, if you buy this,
well, the thing is, it's close to the house I'm in now. So I was like, I drive by the street that goes to it every day, and I was like, don't make me TP that bitch, bro. I might pull up with some eggs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
childish.
My petty ass would go out in the front yard and just get drunk, dude.
Yeah.
And I'd just literally just sit there and just get wasted. Like, what the hell is going on?
That could have been me.
This is my land.
It's my shit.
I was gonna buy it, and you took it with your corporate money and your suits.
See, normally when you have this conversation with people and you do that accent, it doesn't apply. But since we both live in the South, that's what they really sounds like.
Yeah, 100%. But if you do that accent up anywhere else, dude, people get a little nervous. I'm like, damn.
Oh yeah.
This guy's about to pull out his shotgun.
Yes, and
yell,
it's not a lie.
And then yell Trump 2020. Woo!
Yeah, there's a gun store. Like, I'm looking out the window. There's a gun store over there. That's how it rolls in Nashville. God, dude, dog, you don't need a license to get the sawed off. Know that?
You don't? That's what's up. Hell
no,
yeah.
to get a pistol, you definitely need the license. But you can walk into Walmart and get the AR.
Yeah, that's what's up. Dude. I
don't own a gun, but I should. I should now that I own a house. I told myself, like, first off, I'm a felon, so I don't think I can own a gun. Right. Second off, maybe, I might know a guy, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding. I don't know a guy.
Felon just said that on air, bro.
Yeah, how many of your favorite music producers are felons?
Probably a bunch if you think about it. I mean, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
What'd you catch a case for, dude? What'd you do?
Oh man, ask your mother.
My mother is a saint. You take that back.
That's the point. So am I.
Okay.
She's like, no, you saint. Wore.
Are you speaking Cajun right now?
Wore.
Wore, baby. How you doing there, Shy? Come on now. You get the crawfish and the gumbo now.
Man, the last time I was in New Orleans, what was it for? Oh yeah, with Jansen. Fuck, I wish I could remember the spot that we went to. But I told the promoter, I was like, take me to the 4th Ward. I need real New Orleans food. Because the past few times I've been to NOLA, I have not gotten like the true treatment. It's been like whatever's next to the club,
Right, yeah. It's usually the way it goes. Wait, wasn't I the person who you texted and was like, where should I go?
Yes.
Yeah.
And where did you tell me to go? Because I went there.
I forget, dude. Was it good though?
Yes, it was good. It was good. I still have the cup. I was like, I need a little souvenir. I'm gonna take the cup with me.
Hell yeah.
That's why I was like, oh, I can't remember what it was called, but
fuck
yes.
Dude. Well, I want to talk to you a little bit about music, man, because your journey is fucking wild, dude. You're a guy who's been in this scene and seen all the different changes, and you've actually changed a lot as it's gone through, but still stayed the same, man. Tell us a little bit about staying relevant, 10 plus years later. Like, how do you do it, man?
Well, for me, I mean, oh man, that's hard because I've seen so many people fall off that were bigger than me, and then fell off, and then people that were smaller than me kind of surpassed me, and I fell off, but didn't fall completely off. I was able to get back up. But for me, the key to staying relevant is to consistently be improving and like consistently like over criticizing your music and being like, man, what do I suck at today? And like, how can I figure out a way not to suck at that anymore? For me specifically, my strength has always been writing melodies and chords. And one of my main, until recently, like kind of just weaknesses has been sound design and advanced mixing techniques. So working on those things and finding a way to just improve consistently on a daily basis, which is really just putting in the work and again, being like, this is not it. And not playing your music for anybody who's going to say this is sick and nothing else, So being your biggest critic. I also have done a lot of just kind of self-help exploring and just trying to, although what a lot of people don't realize is the connection between who you are as a human is exactly the same thing as who you are as an artist. They're the one and the same thing. There's no separation between Max and Protohype.
Very true.
They're just the same. Like the way that I treat people in my real life is the way that people will treat me and as an artist, and the reason why I've gotten a lot of the opportunities that I have as an artist have been because of the way that I act around people and the way that people respect me or, whatever it is because of how I treat people. So I think if there's one piece of advice that I would give to not even somebody that's new, just somebody who maybe is looking for advice on just how to act. It's like act the same as the dubstep lord in the club, and how you treat people in your meet and greets as what you do when you call your mama. You know what I'm saying? They're the same thing.
Yeah, that's great advice, dude. Do you think there was ever a point you said you'd fallen off a little bit? Was there a point whenever you've fallen off from like maybe thinking about a rebrand? Because we see people like LS Dream or Marshmallow, people like that who kind of they weren't falling off, but they were just hitting like a they kind of hit their peak and they kind of realized it. Was there ever a point where you're like, maybe I just need to rebrand, dude? Maybe I need to put on a helmet or something like that?
You know, like, you'd be lying if you never considered it. I mean, the thing for me is that I came out the gates as a multi-genre artist. I mean, obviously mainly dubstep, but I made a lot of house music and I made a lot of twerk and trap music a lot. And so for me,
twerk vibe, dude, I miss that twerk vibe, man.
Me too. Honestly, fun. I was like, somebody had just like tweeted me an old link of like, I don't know if you ever heard me in 12 Planets EP. It's called Transitions, but basically every single one of the tracks were transition tracks, whatever, like 100 BPM to 128 or 128 to 140, 140 to 174. That was the whole concept behind the EP. But there's a track on there, it's called Paper, that's 100 to 128. That is just so, it's so dope. I was like, man, I'm just gonna make a 100 BPM tune, and I just missed like I was listening to my EDC 2014 set, and it was like 140 to 100 to 128 to 174 to 140, and I was like, dude, now it's just like 150.
Yeah.
150.
But I didn't mean to interrupt you there, man. But was there ever a point where like you were like really thought about really just rebranding or just taking a step back, maybe like I need to do this differently?
So, yes, and I probably would have done it if there was a legitimate alternate option. But like I said, like since I had come out the gates as like someone who kind of made whatever they wanted, I was like, what do? I was like, I'm not gonna falsify and nothing against wearing the mask thing, but it just didn't feel authentic for me. So I never considered it. The only thing I considered was like, yo, time to level up or time to level out because I'm running out of lives.
Yeah, I bet you that gets a little. I'd be nervous, dude. I'd be hella nervous. Yeah. So shout out to you for doing that, man. I love talking to people about like seeing that shit and how they can overcome it, man. That shit's awesome. But I want to shift gears real quick and do something really fun, okay? For the next, because you're one of the biggest shit talkers I know. You know what I mean? Like, I talk a lot of shit, but you're a guy that can talk shit right back to me. Every time I give you something, dude, you give it right back to me. So I want to do something, and I want us to go a minute of just us just fucking dogging each other. So I'm going to reset this timer, dude. Do you want to go first? You want me to go first?
You can go first.
Here we go. You look like if Ed, and Eddie was one person.
You look like you got kicked out of the ball section at the McDonald's playground.
As an adult or as a child?
For having a beard.
You look like an Italian man doing whiteface.
I still don't get that one. I guess you're right though. But you look like the evil stepbrother of the Liberty Mutual guy. He's a Liberty Bibberty.
Dude, you look like Jake from State Farm's ex-stepdad.
Oh, you look like Jake from State Farm's husband.
Oh.
Okay. Can we call it on a good one from me?
Okay, yeah, we'll call it on a good one. That was a good one, dude.
Thank you.
That was fun, dude. But I want to talk about the things that you're doing nowadays, man. Because, you went to school at Icon Collective, correct?
Correct.
And now you're teaching for them, dude. But as far as like information and getting taught, I feel like the tables have turned, whether it being all these different YouTube videos out there into the world for people who are trying to learn, or there's also artists out there who are doing one-on-one lessons, such as myself and yourself. It just feels like the curve, the plane. The field is even now, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to go to LA and pay all this money and go to school or live in a certain area. You can do it from home. Do you think that that's a better way to do it now? Or do you think that there's still a place for these in schools and for people to go to?
Well, I think that there's a place for both, and I think it depends on where you stand. I hate using I'd say this at the beginning of most of my sessions when I have a new student. I'm like, where do where do you stand on the spectrum? And I'm like, wait, I can't say that. That's not fair.
You gotta reword that.
The stage of music
Sound
production.
spectrum.
Like, have you put out music before? Do you have an artist name? Do you know what EQing is? Do you know what parallel compression is? Like, do you know, what level are you? You know, because if you're at one of the higher levels, I think that is totally that you probably don't need to go to school, because a lot of the schools, most of the school, I would say every school that's just music production will teach you the basics. And then the advantages of going there would be to have a mentor. So if you don't need the basics and you just need a mentor, then I don't think you need to go to school. But I think there's a place for both. But when you're good already and you want to get better, having a mentor is a great way to do that, especially if you have a list of like, yo, I just need somebody to answer these 25 questions for me. Like, this is what I suck at, or I have no idea how to sign up for releases, or how do I write an email to a record label, or whatever it may be. If you know what you need to learn, then you don't need to go to school, because you can just pay somebody to answer those questions for you, as long as that person is legit. I've actually seen a bunch of people out there like giving lessons that I'm like, I don't know, but
right.
Everybody has something to give, as long as it's a fair price.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I think it totally depends on where you're at, but I do think both have their place, time and their place.
Being a teacher, though, which one do you prefer? Would you rather be in a classroom where you're teaching a bunch of guys or gals, or would you rather do these one-on-ones? And are you doing one-on-ones now the way you do it, or is it just like a classroom full of people online? That's a two-sided question. Yeah,
at Icon, well, to answer the question is both of the things that I do, it's never a bunch of people at once. When I teach at Icon, it's always one-on-one mentoring. So I have about 20 hours of mentoring a week. And then I teach Ableton and synthesis and songwriting, but it's just really just grading people's homework video submissions. So like the assignment will be like, hey, recreate this deadmau5 pluck or whatever it is. And then they put a video, and then I make a video kind of grading it. So it's never like I'm in a classroom. There is 1 hour of the week that we have office hours, which is basically where I kind of field questions, and it's like 50 people that kind of come and just kind of watch me make music, or hey, help me recreate the sound, or whatever it is. But I personally think it would be difficult to teach to a bunch of people, because I think the way that it's effective is by fielding one-on-one specific questions. Right. It's because one person's question isn't that likely to, unless it's a very broad question.
Yeah, like how to sidechain.
Right, something where a lot of people might not know the answer, or one general concept that people do different ways, like oh, this dude uses volume shaper, this guy uses volume shaper like this guy uses the Ableton compressor.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about learning that person's specific approach on it, figuring out if that applies to you or not, and then working it into your repertoire.
Hell yeah.
So to answer your question, I think one-on-one is the way.
This is the way.
Man, I just rewatched the Mandalorian finale. So fire. Have you seen the making of that shit too?
Yeah, dude, it's so fucking awesome, man.
Like, oh, they made that whole shit in one room, dude. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
Crazy.
Dude. I love that episode where they had Bill Burr in the fucking show, and it was such a perfect role for him, man.
I love him.
He's one of my favorite comedians, man.
I was like, Bill, did you watch the new joint, The King of Staten Island?
Is it good?
I liked it. I thought I was gonna hate it, but I liked it. It's good. Worth a watch for sure.
That's one of his first times having like a kind of like a lead role, other than like
Yeah, he's kind of like the number 3 most. He's a lead role for sure.
Hell yeah, dude. I know
that's a good movie.
If I had a movie with a guy who's just angry all the time, Bill Burr would be the guy I was going to cast for it.
Man, he's just fucking icon.
I've seen him play a couple times, and times I've seen him play, it literally takes him but like a minute to just get full rage. It's fucking awesome, dude.
Who's your favorite comedian?
Jim Jefferies.
Stand up. Jim Jefferies.
God damn it, he is so funny, dude. It's just like,
if you could recommend to the listeners here, the viewers, whatever, one special Jim Jefferies special to watch, what would it be?
Oh, so that's the thing. I don't know special names.
Okay. Like, is there something available? Oh, you've seen all of them. Okay, cool.
I've seen all of his specials. His new one, he had one drop like a month ago, is really, really good.
All right. So I'm going to have to look into it, because I haven't seen a recent Jim Jefferies joint. I really don't sit and watch stand-up. As much as I love stand-up comedy, I love movies. So like at night, I will watch movies. I will rewatch a movie 50 million times. I just love watching movies. So
I think I've rewatched Dragon Ball Z like 100 times.
Like the OG or like Super?
I've done Super, Kai, like Funimation.
Did you watch Broly?
Oh yeah, it was awesome. I went to the
Broly
movies by
is
myself to
fire.
watch it, dude. No, I didn't have any friends wanting to go see it with me.
Really? Fuck,
Yeah,
I
so
would have
it's
gone
good.
with you.
I
Little
went, bro.
mandate.
Yeah, dude.
I would have gone. Broly is sick.
So
Those
sick,
fights,
dude.
the fight scenes were crazy. The
Yeah, it
the
was-
POV, like they leveled up for sure. I'm
100%.
biggest anime nerd ever, man. I fucking love anime.
What's your favorite anime?
My favorite anime, that's tough. Obviously, that's tough. But maybe I'll pick like a genre. I just recently, since I'm in a relationship now, that I've just recently, and she, Ashley, she loves anime too. So we've been like watching these like cute, like wholesome animes.
Yeah.
And man, I watched this anime called Your Lie in April, which just like destroyed me. It's like a music anime too.
Oh wow.
And it's like a love story and it's hella sad. Oh man, so I've been on that tip. But like as far as just like really hype animes go, Akame ga Kill is probably my favorite anime. I love Dragon Ball, obviously. I love Hunter x Hunter. I love the bangers, like Full Metal Alchemist, and I never finished Naruto, but I did like it. I've seen almost every anime, it feels like. One of my favorite anime movies that's like a rare cut is called Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust. If you like anime and you like violent animes, that's a great one to watch. I highly recommend that one. I feel like a lot of people haven't seen it. That shit is
I'm gonna check
litty.
that out. I like that type of vibe, dude.
Yeah, you might want to hit that.
I've recently been seeing this. What is it? Hentai. It's like anime porn. I saw it on Pornhub the other day, and I gave it a
that's
gave it a
hentai.
try. Yeah,
The
it's
tentacles?
crazy. Huh?
Were there any tentacles involved?
Yeah,
there was.
the tentacles. Tentacles.
Bro, that's like how they're making fun of Deadmau5 because he had just a straight up hentai porn tattooed on his arm. You seen that shit? It's just like a massive tentacle.
I didn't know that was a thing until, like,
he's
a week
about
ago.
that life. Really?
Yeah, I didn't know it was a thing, dude.
Wow, yes, that is a real. I think hentai means pervert in Japanese, I think.
Well,
I learned that actually from, that when you watch enough subtitle anime, you start to learn specific Japanese words.
that's why I
hentai
love
is one of them.
watching
I didn't
stuff in
realize.
Spanish because I felt like I learned Spanish. You know what I mean?
Dude, the greatest Spanish movie, in my opinion, ever. Honestly, probably my favorite movie of all time, Pan's Labyrinth.
Fuck, man,
Spanish.
I ain't never seen it.
Oh my gosh, Guillermo del Toro, fire, incredible movie. If you're ever just looking to watch a random subtitle movie and go deep on some fantasy, violent, just awesome, amazing movie, Pan's Labyrinth. It's gonna fuck you up, but really amazing movie.
I like movies that fuck me up, dude. Like
Yes.
just like Black Mirror and all that stuff. Like really fuck me up.
I never finished all the Black Mirrors, so I've just recently been kind of running a few of them randomly back. That's so hit or miss for me. They'll randomly be like the dopest shit ever, and then other ones I'll be like off. But
They just make me think, man, and I like thinking.
they do. They do be doing that.
They do be do. Be do.
They
But,
do.
I want to ask you about your label, man.
Okay.
So, like, what made you decide to start a label, man? And how do you feel like? Because I've seen labels come and go. And even from me just being a fan of electronic music to me being actually inside of it. You know what I mean? Like deep inside of electronic music.
Inside.
But so inside. But what do you think are some of the biggest challenges on having a label? And why do you what is your plan with your label? And how do you think you're gonna make it relevant and just make it last?
So the reason why I started my label is because I wanted to be able to release music when I wanted, without having the fear of like, oh, this isn't good enough for this label, or I sent this to this label and they didn't like it, so that artist must not like me, or whatever, all those things that you get in your head. And also it's just like, oh man, I made this song in July of 2017. It's finally coming out. It's like,
Right.
That's how a lot of these labels work, and nothing against them. It's because they're all killing it. That's why it works like that. And this is kind of what I'm learning. And I was like, man, it's just time. I have the platform to put people on. But really, the reason I started it was so that I could own all my own music, and I could put out music whenever I wanted, and I could get bigger music checks, because that's just how it works. I just got my first check for the label from 2019, and it was larger than my normal checks, because I'm not splitting it with anybody. But it's expensive.
Yeah.
It's really expensive. Like art, promo. If you don't put promo in your release, I think a lot of people don't realize how much goes into that you just get for free by working with a bigger label.
Oh,
But-
yeah, a bunch.
Yeah. So these are all things that I'm kind of learning, and I've been enjoying the process. And, it's kind of just, for me, the logical next step to eventually, the goal for me was to just get as much money as I can while I'm sleeping. That's kind of like my life goal.
Right.
and music money. And I'm telling you, you don't even have to have 15 releases on your label to actually do well. There are plenty of guys with smaller labels. The thing that I'm kind of waiting on is to get the actual, so that the label actually has legs before I start to sign other artists, because I don't want to bear the burden of someone's potential release failure. Like, I remember like getting pissed at Datsik back in the day on Firepower for when my releases didn't do well. When in reality, it was definitely just my fault. My tracks weren't that good,
Yeah.
So that I'm not ready to deal with yet until the label has moving. And, there are certain labels at this point now. Almost every label that you've heard of can put out whatever they want, and it will do well because they have a following. So like,
exactly.
I think that's probably at least a year down the road for me, maybe even longer. Wakan just had their 5-year anniversary. So, Nate and Loper, my managers, they are Wakan with Martin. So, I've been able to follow along with Wakan, and with the help of my manager Nate. Nate's really been guiding me through the underdog stuff because he literally lives and breathes Wakan.
I love Nate, by the way, dude. He's such a fucking awesome guy.
King.
I love being around him, dude.
I literally, I'm like, every show I have, I'm like, you coming, Nate? Because I just love hanging out with him.
Dude, every time I'm by him, you're such a good mood. Like, he's such this big presence, but he's like such a enlightening presence too. He's just got such good energy, man. I love being around that fella, man.
I love that whole crew, man. That's why I was bummed that I wasn't able to play my show in Tulsa just recently, because I know I was gonna get to see the whole OKC squad. You know what I'm saying? Whole Warpath squad, and see Tynan too, and see B, and Alex might come up.
Squad or no squad, dude.
That's right, bro.
Yeah,
that's right. So, that's really the label thing. I wouldn't advise it for anybody who doesn't have a bunch of bread just chilling and ready to waste and not see back for another 3 years, because that's just how it goes. It's literally starting a business and investment, and it sucks at the beginning because it's like, well, it's time to start a new Instagram account. And now when I post something, I have to post to 16 different accounts. I got to post the Protohype Facebook group, Underdog Twitter, Protohype Instagram, Underdog Instagram. God damn, like, I always forget at least one every single time, and I don't have enough bread to hire somebody yet. So it's like, it's the grind, but I love the grind. And I think that's really the reason why I've been able to stick around as long as I have, because I love it when it's whack, and I love the grind, and I love the hustle, and it's not going to deter me when things aren't going that well for me, because there's no other option for me.
You gotta be addicted to that hustle, bro. Especially in the game as long as you've been, dude. You just gotta. It's all just a grind. It's
easy. The best, man. What else am I gonna do? I have no other option. I mean, there are other options, but this is it, man. This is it for me. I've known that this has been it for me since I was a little kid. So anytime someone's like, "Oh man, I'm gonna quit," no. Not going to quit.
I fucking love that, dude. And I love that you're doing a label, man. I see, Liquid with Wakan and Deadbeats and Subcarbon. Like, these labels come from these artists and they start doing really big shit. Like, I feel like Wakan has become a bigger thing than Liquid Stranger at this point. You know what I mean? And that's what you want as a label. You want the label to be like a bigger thing than yourself, which I think is.
See, for me, I'm not sure that's exactly my plan. I would love one day for it to be a platform that somebody can put out music on, and they know it's going to do well, and they know that they'll have people who will support it. I hope that would be like that, but that takes so much work and such a long time. And I'm also nowhere near as big of an artist as Martin is. So it's like, Martin was able to do these massive tours. Martin's been doing crushing touring. Martin's had a harder tour grind than any artist in the world.
Yeah, he's been hard.
And he has such loyal fans, and has for a long time, and he's so well deserved that as soon as it was time for Wakan, it was like, boom, all right, everybody's on that shit, and the branding is great and everything. I'm still working on it, but for me, it's just another thing to care about and another thing to obsess over and be creative about. So whether or not it becomes this big deal isn't as big of a concern for me, but I just want to be able to own my own music, make money while I'm asleep, and help other people out if I can. So those are the Goldingtons.
Hell yeah, Goldteneth, dude.
Yes, sir.
I want to get your opinion on two things, man. So, like, I've been seeing a lot of, there's been a couple shows that have happened, and these drive-in shows, and there's some shows that are coming up for other artists, including myself. I actually have a show coming up. How do you feel about people playing show in this time, and how do you feel about other people shaming these people for, doing their own, doing what they want to do? You know what I mean? How do you, like, how do you feel about people just kind of shitting on these other artists for playing a show, or do you think it's wrong that these artists are playing a show? What's your point of view on all this?
I don't think it's wrong that people are playing shows. It's wrong for me. It doesn't fit my core set of values. I don't want to be the reason someone's grandma dies. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, that's all I can speak on. For other people, like, yo, people have families. You gotta get your money, man.
Yeah.
Like, but I also think there's a difference between playing indoor shows and outdoor shows, for sure. I personally I personally pulled off of a few club shows, but it's hard because it's like, man, the clubs are going to go out of business.
Yeah.
The DJs might go out of business. Music might go out of business, you know what I'm saying? Unless like things work. But it's like, at what cost? I'm not sure. The other issue is that DJs have this, and not all DJs, obviously, but a lot of DJs have this self-entitlement issue where they think they're too cool to maybe get recognized because on their pizza delivery job or what, but they think they're somehow owed something because they're a DJ. Like, it's okay to get another job. I got my candle hustle. This is the plug for the candle hustle. They're really good. Go to protohypestore.com.
Candles.
They're not that expensive. I made them by hand, and they're dank. They smell dank. And you get to help her pay for Jelly's dog food. So
that's what's up right there, dude. I'm gonna go buy me a candle after this. You have my word.
Yo, it's like, yo, find your hustle, man. It's okay. But listen, if DJing is your only hustle, then I'm not gonna judge you for it. I don't like the idea of people getting destroyed for feeding their families, but
right.
I also personally wouldn't do it myself. So it's I try to really avoid judging other people for doing that, but I don't like the concept of putting other people in danger.
Yeah, I feel you, man. My thing about it is like, if you're going to a show, you're a fucking adult. You know what I mean? It's just like, I feel like people can make their own goddamn decisions, dude. This is America. You know what I'm saying?
God dog.
God damn it.
God dog, this is America. I wasn't born here for nothing. Wait, I was.
Fucking take my guns, and then you're gonna take my freedom? Hell no!
You're gonna take my guns, and then you're gonna take my dubstep. God,
man,
dog.
Fuck my underage daughter. Speaking of, and I want to get your opinion on something else, dude. There's a whole lot of, cancellation going on inside the DJ community, rightfully so. But, I just want to see how you feel about all this, all this stuff coming up like years later and stuff like that. Do you think that some people might have changed in that time and they should be given a second chance, or you think, fuck you, man? What do you think on all this?
I think that if you did something wrong, then you deserve to be punished for it. Like, especially if you did something involving underage women or grooming women or the mistreatment of women. Or, you know what, man? This is kind of fucked up, but like, I was reading the Mimi Page shit today about Bass Nectar, and I realized that. Oh my God.
I need to read it.
And I realized that Bass Nectar did that shit to me. Like, on a very low scale, like just artist manipulation. Like, I was reading through me and Lauren's old emails, and I was like, this motherfucker, man, like that song, Say My Name, he took, he kind of just like made me feel really good because I was just hyped to be talking to Lauren, what I'm saying, at the time. This is 2012.
Yeah.
2013. And I was like, oh shit, you want to play my song? Wait, now you want the session? And I was like, okay, gave him the session. Next thing I know, the song is called Say My Name. In the track, it says, it's fucking Protohype right before the drop. He just took that out and added hi-hats, and then suddenly it was a Bass Nectar track. He never put it out as such.
Okay.
It wasn't like he manipulated me on releases. It wasn't nearly as bad as, man, that Mimi Page shit fucked me up.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
It's awful. But on the other note, like, I don't believe in canceling somebody for something they may have said when they were 13 or something like that, because you're just an idiot when they're that young, But I do believe in canceling somebody for being over the age of 30 and being inappropriate. There's no question. So cancel culture, it is what it is. Is you got to tiptoe around, the things that you say, but yes is the answer. I believe in canceling those people that deserve to get canceled. There's no question.
Yeah, I think we can agree that they won't be making tunes in minor keys anymore.
No, it's majorly bullshit.
Yeah, dude. And here's my
majorly creepy.
Yeah, dude. No minor keys, only major keys from here on out. I mean, here's my thing, dude. If you're innocent,
that's Khaled said major key.
Major
Maybe
key.
he's the next up to get canceled.
Right, no, maybe he's staying on top of it. He's like, bro, I did something fucked up. Major key. Not
Major
minor.
key.
Not minor. Major.
Not minor. Oh my God.
That's so fucked.
Wow. Major key. Yeah, we're like, yes, Khaled, yes.
Yeah, major key. Yeah, right. Everyone's chanting it and deep down. It's a dark story. But
Oh my God, I hope not.
here's my thing, man. You know, if you're innocent, take it to court. If not, bro, you done, son.
I do believe in taking the shit to court.
I believe too. If you is innocent and if you isn't, dude, you just take a knee. Not during the national. I'm joking. I was about to make a fucking joke. I was about to
Got
make
Drew
a joke.
Brees in this bitch. He is. I see him. I see Brees right there.
Yeah, I do love me some Drew Brees, but that man, he was fucking stepping on his own dick.
Do you think he just like left his PR dude on red or what? Because
oh man, I'm sure his team just saw that and was like,
Drew, no,
no,
Drew.
Because here's the thing, dude. Drew's an amazing guy, dude. You know,
Yeah, I know.
He just needed to get educated. And my thing
He
is, I
needed
don't think you should destroy people for being uneducated. I think that's a time where you take a second to educate somebody. You know what I mean? Even throughout all this like Black Lives Matter stuff, man. Like I've learned so much, and I'm so much more educated on so many different things. And I look back on ways that I acted when I was a younger kid and was like, man, that wasn't right. And I'm gonna be able to now that I know, I'm gonna be able to educate the next generation on stuff like that.
Right. For sure. I mean, I don't think anything bad can come from just educating yourself. There's no limit to how much you can learn about something that has nothing that you didn't go through. So I'm in complete support of that for sure. Education.
It's all just a learning experience, dude. Speaking of education, dude, being a teacher with your cute little ass, man, I cannot thank you enough for coming on to my show, man.
Happy to be here. You know, I've been trying to do this for forever since you started. I was like, man, what's up? Why can't I
you knew
come
I was
on?
gonna get you, man. I wanted to wait till it was right, man. Now I can have you anytime, dude. I love being around you, dude. It was awesome. Whenever we first got to meet, I was a little, I wouldn't say like nervous, but I was just stoked because I'm such a big fan and have been for such a long time. And once we met, I realized you're just a normal ass guy that I enjoy being around, dude. So I appreciate you for being you, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you for being you, man. And I love all this stuff that you're doing. I'm happy to be a part of it and support you and whatever you need. And we still got to work that collab. Dinette.
Yeah, let's do it, bro. I'm down, bro.
Now, are you on Ableton 10 yet?
Yeah, been
All right,
that,
cool.
son. Send
right,
me that shit, daddy.
All right, Bodie.
All right, man. I appreciate you, man. You have yourself a good day, all right?
All right, man. You too. See you later, bro.
And that was Mr. Protohype, y'all, man. I love talking to that guy, dude. He's a guy who's really been through it all. He's been in this scene for a long time. You know, anybody can learn something from that guy, dude. You just sit and talk to him, you're gonna learn something. And he's just fun to talk to, man. I just love being around him. And I really hope y'all enjoyed that, man. I really enjoyed it. And I hope y'all enjoyed this week's episode of Talks with Taboo. That's going to be it for this week, man. I really appreciate everybody listening. If you're on YouTube and you're watching, I appreciate you watching the first YouTube video. And I will see y'all next week with some dope guests doing this shit every week, son. I love y'all. Be good. Peace.